All right, today is still July 14th, and it's Monday, 5:02 a.m. And so the thing about me going to eat and posting about going to eat is that I grew up in a dance school dancing, and there were black people in the dance school, but it was mostly white. It was in Alameda, and then even before that, there was a school in San Leandro. And while there were black people there, um, the problem that I had is that I didn't have a white body. I didn't have a white frame. I had a big frame. I was tall and all those things. And to now have gone through my my adult phase and been in the African drum and dance community and all that stuff, I realized that being in an environment where people look like you mirrors you feeling more comfortable with yourself. And so I didn't really grow up with that. And then on top of that, my dad was big, but my mother was small and also short. And I want to say first that there were times where I was in so much emotional pain that I would skip dance class and go to a restaurant by myself and eat. And I would eat to such fullness that I would throw up, or I would go to the bathroom and poke my fingers in my throat and throw up. So that's called bulimia. And so I had that. And I used to also sometimes skip dance class. Even though I loved dancing, I would skip dance class and I would get high and go and sleep in the back room of dance class. So there's probably more to say about dance, but growing up in a non-black environment and there being issues around dance, that's something to explore in my story. But really what I want to talk about is my eating and how now I'm down. I was down 100 pounds. Now I'm down 70 pounds. And I want to say that by me discovering the keto lifestyle, and then also too, I'm going to pause. I need to turn the fan on. It's hot in here. Discovering the keto lifestyle and then also discovering protein and how those two things, the fat and the protein, make you full faster and make you stay full longer. And growing up having been on a million different diets and realizing that I've been missing the key ingredient all the time is that, nigga, you was just hungry, you know? And so now I live my life and I'm less hungry. And so what I want to say about that is that last night I ordered Tableside guacamole, which is one of my favorite things. I don't really necessarily like regular guacamole. I like Tableside because I like to make it exactly how I like it. And I wanted fajitas, which was the protein, the shrimp and the steak. And what I noticed while I was sitting there eating, I noticed that I usually don't eat all my food. And for a person who used to eat everything in sight and stuff myself to fullness and then be snacking all day, eating junk and all that stuff, I'm really happy with my eating program. And I realized that I pack up my food to go a lot and that I always now don't feel like it's a feast or famine situation of like, oh, I better eat all the food because there's not going to be this delicious food later. So a lot of times I pack up food to go. And so one of the pictures I'm going to show is my actual refrigerator. I have two refrigerators, one in the garage and one in the kitchen. And they're full of to-go containers because realizing that I don't have to suck down every single thing. I can enjoy my food. I can relish in it. I can enjoy my time sitting in the restaurant, but I don't have to eat everything on the plate is one thing that's important for me. And just getting past the shame of being fat and just being able to admit that I love food. I love eating. I enjoy it so much. I'm not an adventurous eater, but I love the food. I mean, as you can tell, I have Tableside guacamole twice in a couple of days. And there was one point in time when I worked at Price Waterhouse. It was Price Waterhouse at the time. And we used to work long hours. I mean, super long hours. And we would always order food. And it was kind of like a DoorDash, but not really, because the restaurants would deliver the food to us in our audit room at our clients. And it used to be in San Francisco. So we would order from all these different fancy restaurants and have the food delivered. And I remember one time my manager said to me, Nicole, you always get excited when the food comes. And I was so hurt by that. I was so devastated that he said that. And then I thought about it. I was like, shit, he's right. I do get excited when it's time to eat. Because one of the other things I used to also do is sometimes I would not eat all day because I was so busy working that I would be starving by the end of the day and be interested in eating this delicious food coming from these fancy restaurants in San Francisco. And so even though I was hurt and embarrassed by what he said, I was like, yeah, shit, you're right. I do love food. And then the other thing I would say is that now I feel like I practice eating more mindfully and I don't eat as fast so that I recognize my body and when I get full. I don't have all the answers, but I'm happy with what I'm doing. And also, too, when I stop running around and being so crazy with the 2 new businesses we started, I hope to spend more time in the gym as well. And so I am considering what my doctor said to try Manjaro. And the reason why is because food noise is a real thing, and obsessing about what am I going to eat. So I am considering that. I don't know if I'll do it or not, but stay tuned. The other thing I would say is that yesterday I was reminded of how much I love to go and eat with my dad, and we would just eat with abandon. And my dad was a bigger guy, and so I always felt safe eating with him, and he would always let me order whatever I wanted. And he loved food so much that he would go to the movie theater and not actually go into the movies just to get some popcorn. And the thing is that he wasn't a cook, and so I'm not a cook either. And so we used to go out to eat all the time, anyway, I probably tell more stories about my dad, but he didn't eat healthy. He ate sometimes like things like hog head cheese and Karo syrup with biscuits, and but he didn't cook. So I'm going to pause here. I have a little bit more to tell. I'm almost through.